All right, guys. Germany and England have just played out a 1-1 draw at the Allianz Arena, actually in Munich. And yeah, Germany were definitely the better side. Let's put it out there. England really struggled to get going, especially in the first half. Um, I wouldn't say it was a great performance from Germany. It was a decent performance, whereas England it was very average. Um, yeah, Germany had the ball in the back of England's net twice in the first half. The first one definitely shouldn't have counted. I mean, Calvin Phillips was on the floor needing treatment. And the second one, yeah, it was rightfully disallowed because it was offside. But it did show some of the defensive frailties that England still occasionally have, even with the back three. Like John Stones was stepping up at the wrong time, and Harry Maguire did the right thing in trying to stop Kai Havertz. Um, but by going towards Kai Havertz, he did leave his man free. I can't remember who it was. Who was it? Maybe Musiala. Yeah, I think it was Musiala who he completely left free behind him. So I really should have dropped off a bit because you can't really. Well, then again, I guess he did play the player offside. So maybe I'm talking rubbish, but just in case, if Musiala had timed his run a little bit better, Maguire, the thing Maguire should have done is like stayed in between. So that way Havertz would have picked up the ball because he wouldn't have been challenged, and then you can follow the run and stop them going through on goal. Uh, but yeah, Maguire definitely wasn't the most wrong in that situation, although he didn't deal with Havertz particularly greatly. England didn't really create much. Kane had one which, like, if he fizzed over the bar, and Saka had a chance which Neuer did quite well to save. But other than that, there was bugger all really for England in the first half. Whereas Germany were just putting England under so much pressure, like forcing quite a few errors with their passing for the England defence and Pickford. There was a bit of a blow for England though, with Calvin Phillips being injured in the first 10 minutes. He's had a poor season with injuries this year, Phillips. And I think you obviously see that with how it's affected Leeds in their position in the table. They've gone from 10th to 17th over the past 2 seasons, and a large part of that is down to the fitness of Calvin Phillips. Bellingham came on, and to be fair, he played quite well. He was one of England's better players, in my opinion. But still wasn't a vintage performance from him. But to be fair to him, he's not overly used to playing in like a midfield, well, sort of a midfield too, with Declan Rice, who I thought had a bit of a poor game, to be honest. Declan Rice did. But yes, second half, Germany got the opening goal of the game through Jonas Hoffman. It was a good passing move. Germany were putting some good passing moves together, and it is the best I've seen Germany play in quite a while, to be fair. Havertz played well, Kimmich was playing well as well. And Hoffman collects the ball in the penalty area, turns, hits it on the spin. And Pickford's, this is Pickford's only weakness, and there's nothing he can really do about it. He hasn't got the biggest arms ever, obviously. I know a lot of people joke about it and have a laugh about it, saying he's got T-Rex arms, but the truth is he hasn't got the biggest wingspan ever. So he managed to make some contacts with the ball, but not enough to stop it going in. And making it 1-0 to Germany. And England responded better to that. They started to open up a bit. And I think Southgate today got his subs correct. Bringing on Grealish was the correct thing to do today, because when he brought him on Saturday, he put him on after subbing Bukayo Saka on. And Saka, he played on the left on Saturday. And that's obviously where Grealish is going to pick up. That's the side he prefers to play on or drift towards, even if he's playing down the centre. And so they were sort of getting in each other's way. Whereas today, with it being Sterling on the left, Sterling is a lot more capable than Saka, I think, of coming more central. Whereas Saka definitely prefers to stay out wide. So yeah, Grealish had a big effect and created probably the chance of the game for Harry Kane. And yeah, it was a brilliant cross. He did that thing where he shimmies to the left, whips it in with his left foot. And Kane, he managed to get good contact on it, got it directed it goalwards, did all he could, but Neuer just throws himself at it and gets a bit fortunate, but at the same time, you earn your fortune in that situation, and Neuer did really well to save it. And yeah, at that point you're thinking, well, that's the best chance England are going to get. But a penalty did come England's way, and I don't know. I feel it was a little bit. It was a penalty, but you do. It's one of them where you feel a bit sorry for the defender because he doesn't mean to trip Kane up at all. Because it was the defender who actually slipped or tripped himself. I think it was Schlotterbeck. I mean, first of all, pick a more German sounding name than that. And yeah, he clips the back of Kane's heel, and that causes Kane to trip himself up. So it has tripped Kane up. VAR gave the penalty. The referee initially ignored it. And yeah, Kane took the penalty, and Kane does what he does from the penalty spot, whacks it into the bottom corner, makes it 1-1. Yeah, other than that, Germany just didn't create much once they got their goal. And England were a lot better second half. Mason Mount had a couple of decent attempts. And yeah, the substitutes that Southgate made definitely made the difference. Bringing Bowen and Grealish on, they both had good games when they did come on. And yeah, I'd still be more happy with the performances of the German players if I was German rather than the English players if I was English, if that makes sense. I probably over-explained that, to be honest. I could have just said I think the German players performed better than the English players. That would have made it a lot easier for you to understand, wouldn't it? Yeah. So yeah, it's the best I've seen Germany play in a long time, probably since. Let's go back here. Last Euros they weren't great. 2018 World Cup they were awful. 2016 Euros, I think they got to the semi-finals but lost to France. So probably since Euro 2016, that's probably the best I've seen them play, which is a while ago now. But yeah, it wasn't a bad game. Germany will feel slightly unlucky, maybe not hard done by, but unfortunate maybe is the correct word. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.